Remember back in the day when wrestling was on like once, maybe twice a week, and you actually had time to miss the product? Those days are long gone. My name is Eric, and welcome to my SummerSlam predictions. Before I start with my predictions, if you want a more in-depth conversation about SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, you can head over to kayfabetoday.com and listen to this week's podcast. Myself and my co-host Elliot go in depth. We talk about it for a whole hour. Be sure to go check that out after you're done watching this video. Now, just like my last prediction video, I'm not going to do the pre-show because SummerSlam is already 4 hours long, and if you think I'm going to watch 6 hours straight of WWE programming, you are fucking nuts. So let's get right into the card. First match here is the kickoff to the best of 7 series between Sheamus and Cesaro. Now, I've been seeing a lot of negativity directed towards this concept, but I think it's really cool. I think it's fun, it's original, it's different, and isn't that what you guys are always bitching about? You get something new and you're still unhappy. Whatever, I don't understand you people. Alright, so I'm going to go with Sheamus here for the first match. I think it's important that the heel wins the first match to kind of keep things interesting. Plus, Cesaro is coming off like a 2-win streak against Sheamus, so it wouldn't really make sense for this thing to be competitive if he would pick up 3 wins in a row. So my first pick is Sheamus. Next, we got the team of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho going against Enzo and Big Cass. Me being the biggest Kevin Owens fan on the face of the planet, I simply can't go against my boy. And even though I think Enzo and Cass are gonna fucking win, I'm going with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Up next, we got the New Day defending their WWE Tag Team Championships against Anderson and Gallows, the Club. Now, I think it's time for the New Day to drop the belts here against the Club. The Club need the titles far more than the New Day does. I mean, the New Day already set the record for the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history, so really there's nowhere else for them to go. So to me, the logical thing to do here is to put the titles on Anderson and Gallows, so that's who I'm going with. Up next, we got John Cena versus AJ Styles. Now, one thing to consider here is that Cena is going to be taken off television for a little while, so while he films season 2 of his reality show. So logically, one would think that AJ Styles would pick up the win here. He needs the win much more than Cena does, and SmackDown doesn't really have a big-time heel on it, and John Cena is one of those guys when if you beat him, it actually matters. So I'm going with AJ Styles. The WWE Intercontinental Championship will be defended next by champion The Miz versus contender Apollo Crews. Now, without a doubt, Miz has to retain here. It's too soon to put the title on Apollo Crews. He hasn't had too many matches on the main roster yet, and I still think he has a lot to prove before you put a title on him. So I'm going to go with The Miz. Up next, we got Rusev versus Roman Reigns in a United States Championship match. I really like Rusev as a big brute of a heel, so I'm going to hope that he retains. Now, I think they might put the belt on Roman because at all costs, you gotta make Roman look strong, but I'm going to go against my gut here, and I'm going to pick Rusev to retain. Got a WWE Women's Championship match next with the champion Sasha Banks going against the contender Charlotte. Now, I definitely think they're going to keep the belt on Sasha Banks here. It wouldn't make sense to have her reign be so short and to put the belt right back on Charlotte. So, without a doubt, Sasha Banks retains. Next, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose in a WWE Championship match. Dean Ambrose should retain here. I like what they've been doing with his character, how he's kind of a dick to Dolph Ziggler and dismissing him outright. So, without a doubt, Dean Ambrose to retain here. Up next, we got Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins to crown the first ever WWE Universal Champion. Now, my original pick for this was Seth Rollins, but after talking it out with Elliot on the podcast, I think that Finn Balor should win this match for the simple fact that this is the Demon King's big debut in a match, and if he loses his first ever match as the Demon, then the mystique is kind of gone, and why would anybody be afraid to face him in the future? Still think they might put the title on Rollins, but for the sake of this prediction video, I'm going to go with Finn Balor. finally, what is most likely going to be the main event for SummerSlam, we have Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Now, I'm not really a big Orton fan, but I gotta say, I've really enjoyed the build to this match. I like the cheap shots that Orton is taking at Lesnar, referencing his failing the drug test over in the UFC. I think it adds a little bit of real-life drama to the feud, and then whenever you can blur those lines between fiction and reality, it always makes the storyline more interesting. I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar. I think he's just been built up to be a beast, and I don't really think Randy Orton is the guy to beat him. So there you have it, guys, my SummerSlam predictions. What do you guys think? What are you most looking forward to, and do you expect any big surprises to happen? Leave me a comment down below and we'll have a little chat about it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to join the Broski Club, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at MTLBroski. Go give the Facebook fan page a like at facebook.com/FTitM. Go check out kayfabetoday.com for all kinds of great SummerSlam related articles, as well as a more in-depth analysis of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, as well as SummerSlam. Have a great weekend. There's tons of wrestling to watch, and I hope you guys enjoy every second of it. Enjoy SummerSlam, and I'll see you guys in the next video.